usually the opposite of uniformity, but the shifts in time form a certain parity. With the gesture of buttons comes clarity.
Ever wanted to do something, got prepared to do it, laid it out, put it all in front of you, and as soon as you were doing it, you said, I'm not doing this. Is it procrastination? I wouldn't say it's procrastination. I would say it's waiting for it to cook, letting it simmer. Because I have a lot of thoughts right now, and I've been framing those thoughts, and I attempted to frame it a little better, and the picture ended up being crooked, which tells me I should take it easy because it's not finished being framed. I'm closer though, but it's just kind of like, dang, I really thought I was gonna do it. It's like, no, you can't do it until it's done. See, it has to be done. If you're doing it for it to be done, it's just like, this is what it means also in life when we play roles. And this is why role play is actually good, because it can give you a sense of imagination, and you can kind of go off of the imagined scenario. It doesn't have to be real. It can just be whatever you portray it to be. Now, some would say that's being fake. It's like, that's not you. What is? Now, you can't be insulting. You can't be rude. You can't be demeaning. And most importantly, you can't discredit intellectualism. Treat people kindly. That's actually important. But the whole idea of being an avatar, which is in a way what we do. Now a rant is coming, so just bear with me here. I'm kind of figuring it out. I'm contradicting myself because I was just saying if you're doing it before it's done. But I did have this idea anyway. So if you are an avatar, which a lot of us are, not really ourselves on social media, but a portrayal, a projection of sorts, right? If we are an avatar, and before the internet got as HD and clear, I know I'm in yellow, hello, bursting through the screen right now. Before it was this, there were AOL chats and people would talk to people from all over the world. It's kind of weird when you think about it. Grown men talking to young kids, that happened a lot. But anyway, yeah, you could talk to all kinds of people, but no one knew how you looked. Now we see each other very clearly, and we're engaging, and we build relationships with people. These are parasocial relationships that we have with celebrities, with people, like even myself. If you're engaging me, I want to, and I make videos to connect with people. And on some level, you feel like, oh, I vibe with that vibration. I'm in that type of community. The reality is, you have to interrogate when you're doing something so that once it's being done, it flows so nicely and smoothly. It's a piece of cake. Because I feel like when I'm flowing and going, I'm spitting, you know, it's like when you in your flow. But in order to get to that flow, you gotta build. It's kind of like, you know what it's like? A chain reaction. So a chain reaction is fascinating to watch. I love watching them. You know, you knock something down and then all of the cards scatter or the dominoes scatter and everything just creates, you can create so many patterns, not just with cards. I've seen so many complex chain reactions. I love making chain reactions because chain reactions are fascinating to see. It's the performance, right? It's the performance of the preparation though. Because in order to have a successful chain reaction, you have to prepare where and what is going to be following next. In order for it to flow, you got to position it. Before the incision, there has to be a position. That sounds, oh God. But you know, there has to be the formation, the writing, you know, you spelling it out, you talking through it. You got to do that first before you deliver. That's what rehearsal is. You go to rehearsal because before the show, you don't want to mess up that note. because people are gonna hear it. So, I mean, it's not that you gotta be a perfectionist, because there's no such thing as perfectionism. I mean, everything is constantly changing. But there is a need to get better by practicing. That's one way to get better. You constantly do it, keep doing it, you keep doing it, it eventually sticks. So it's consistency, it's discipline, but you have to do that every day, because that sharpens your analysis. So even though what I have prepared is not yet cooked, it's still simmering, it's gonna come, but I gotta let it cook a little more. I guess that's what this video is about. It's for me to tell myself, all of the 2 hours of footage that I just attempted to create some chain reaction, no, I gotta give it some time. I had this whole idea of what it was gonna be. It was like, ooh, 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 ooh. And it's like, soon as, now some of the dominoes fell, but then it got to one part and it's like, oh, dang, I gotta position that differently. I gotta, okay, I gotta edit. All right. I'm gonna give this as an opportunity to read a poem I wrote called Ed Is It. Go ahead and send an email directly in their face. Forward them to a right and left hook of an unsolicited group chat space. Link them to a scheduled and important Zoom invite. Draft folder them into the corner and bury their eyesight. Copy them like an 88-page tab, steadily going insane. Paste them onto a spam scenario and decrypt their reply chain. Tag dance onto the keyboard, replying back to a frivolous remark. DM to their ills by assuming you will court them by their spark. Feed them as a stranger internet beginner with a troll. Open a new window and drive hard to enter and save your soul. Screenshot them for evidence in forgotten viewing. Click, click, click like a mouse would navigate their undoing. Read them like a promotional offer congratulating you to success. Loop, rewind, and slow speed them like the bell signals anticipates recess. Backspace, delete, and edit. Reach out to who is needed and give them credit. Pixel them clear like a 4K ultra high definition display. Speak their names honestly as a heart committed never to betray. Type out your concern by revealing the cause of their burn. SMS and MMS to disqualify the lingering stress. Text the next, ask the stir who is trembling vex. Again, make mention of the cause of any retention and realize that Ed is it. Do not quit. This message is just to tell you to keep going. Edit, position, frame that name. Peace. Uniformly, randomly, in search of paradise clarity.